A single bluefin tuna weighing more than 300 kilograms can sell for the price of a luxury supercar. Now imagine 5 tons of these ocean giants, hauled from the deep and turned into pristine fillets, earning up to $2 million in just 72 golden hours. This is not a story of ordinary fishing. It is a high-stakes race against time, waves, and the forces of nature itself. Every decision, from choosing the bait to calibrating the freezing system, determines whether each fish becomes a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars or a costly loss. Today we dive deep into this breathtaking journey. We'll follow the crews who prepare for days, sail hundreds of miles offshore, and fight a relentless sea for a catch that must be harvested, chilled, packaged, and shipped in exactly 3 days, or risk losing half its value. This is how fishermen catch and process 5 tons of bluefin tuna, worth $2 million in only 72 hours. Long before the first wave hits the hull, the million-dollar race begins on land. For these fishermen, preparation is not a routine, it is a matter of survival. The vessel itself is a floating cold factory. Massive diesel engines are checked and rechecked to ensure flawless performance in open water. Refrigeration units capable of reaching minus 40 degrees Celsius are inspected to keep the catch in perfect sashimi condition. Miles of heavy-duty lines and nets are laid out, tested and stowed. Even bait is a science. Schools of mackerel and sardines must remain lively and oxygenated. Pumps circulate seawater continuously, while tanks are lined with sensors to monitor oxygen levels. A single miscalculation, one malfunctioning pump, could spell disaster for the entire trip. Then comes the intelligence work. Crews study oceanographic data, sea surface temperatures, chlorophyll maps, and currents. Satellite-linked sonar forecasts where tuna schools might be traveling hundreds of miles offshore. It is part meteorology, part detective work. Every detail is deliberate, because the ocean does not forgive mistakes. Once they leave port, there is no turning back. As the final fuel drums are secured and the captain signals departure, the countdown silently begins. 72 hours to capture and preserve 5 tons of black diamond tuna. The clock is ticking. Dawn at sea is deceptive. Beneath the calm horizon, powerful bluefin tuna roam like torpedoes. These predators can accelerate to 40 miles per hour, dive hundreds of meters, and change direction in an instant. To find them, the crew relies on state-of-the-art sonar and radar, watching for telltale signs, fluttering bait fish, sudden water temperature shifts, or seabirds diving after prey. Sometimes they pursue migrating schools for hours before making the first move. When sonar pings finally confirm a dense school, adrenaline surges. The captain maneuvers to intersect the fast-moving giants. Choice of gear is critical. Handline fishing, using a single hook, ensures pristine meat with minimal stress but demands incredible endurance. Purse-seine nets can encircle hundreds of fish but require split-second coordination. One wrong calculation and the entire school disappears into the deep. Suddenly a shout erupts on deck. A 200-pound bluefin explodes through the surface, tail thrashing like a silver blade. Lines tighten, winches scream, and men brace against the pull. Each tuna fights with raw oceanic power, testing both muscle and machinery. For the next 3 days, this process repeats in a blur of strategy and strength. Every minute matters, from the moment a fish breaches the water to the second it is secured on deck. The countdown to maintain peak quality never stops. By the time the first ton is on board, the race is fully underway. Harvest, chill, package, ship. Those 4 words define the next 70 hours. Catching the tuna is only half the battle. The instant a fish is landed, a second clock starts, the race to preserve perfect color and texture. Crew members move with choreographed speed. Specialized knives open the gill arches to bleed the fish immediately, preventing lactic acid from darkening the meat. Next, internal organs are carefully removed, while seawater chilled with crushed ice washes away residual blood. Every action aims to lock in that vivid ruby-red flesh prized at Japanese sushi auctions. Even the water temperature matters. Too warm and bacteria multiply. Too cold, and ice crystals can damage delicate muscle fibers. Large bluefin are slid into slurry tanks of seawater, supercooled to just above freezing. Here, core body temperature must drop from 30 degrees Celsius to near zero within hours. Every knife stroke, every minute of chilling is tracked. A single delay can cut market value by half. As the hold fills, digital probes continuously log internal temperatures, ensuring no fish rises above critical thresholds. This is surgery at sea, performed under pounding waves and salty winds. For the crew, there is no room for fatigue. 5 tons of tuna mean hundreds of precise cuts, dozens of temperature checks, and relentless vigilance through night and day. This is not just fishing. It is the art of preservation on a rolling steel platform in the middle of the ocean. When the final net is hauled and the ship turns toward port, the mission is far from over. The 72-hour clock keeps running. At the dock, forklifts and conveyor belts replace nets and hooks. Each tuna is tagged and cold washed to remove surface bacteria. Then begins a meticulous sequence of butchery and freezing that transforms raw catch into world-class seafood. First, the head and fins are removed in quick, precise motions. Specialized filleting knives, some over 1 meter long, sliced through dense muscle with almost surgical finesse. Fatty toro sections prized for sushi are separated from lean akami cuts. Every part is catalogued: belly for sashimi, bones for broth, skin for collagen. Nothing is wasted. Fillets are rinsed in lightly salted water to prevent oxidation, then vacuum sealed. The next stop is IQF, individual quick freezing technology. Here, ultra-cold air and liquid nitrogen blast the meat at -40 degrees Celsius, locking in cellular moisture so the texture remains perfect when thawed. Some cuts are destined for premium sashimi markets in Tokyo and New York. Others are trimmed into cubes for gourmet poke bowls or packaged for high-end European restaurants. Orders are customized on the spot: whole loins, sliced steaks, or ready-to-eat portions. Throughout this process, every degree and every second matter. The difference between a pristine fillet and a downgraded product, worth half as much, can be as small as a 2-degree temperature fluctuation or a 30-minute delay. Quality control teams inspect each piece for fat marbling, muscle fiber structure, and color. Only the very best earn the top sashimi grade stamp that guarantees the highest auction prices. By the time the last vacuum-sealed packs slide into super cold storage containers, the first 72 hours are almost up. What left the ocean as wild muscle now sits ready to travel thousands of miles, still tasting as if it was swimming just yesterday. From this single 72-hour sprint, the supply chain now stretches across continents. In Japan, some fillets head straight to Tsukiji and Toyosu markets, where early morning auctions can see a single giant tuna sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Others fly overnight to Michelin-starred restaurants in Paris, New York, and Dubai. Each destination demands its own finishing touch. Europe prefers tuna packed in extra virgin olive oil for rich Mediterranean flavors. The United States often opts for brine to highlight natural salinity. Japan favors delicate soy marinades that honor traditional sushi preparation. Thanks to aseptic canning and high-temperature sterilization, products remain fresh for up to 3 years without preservatives, making every shipment both luxurious and practical. By the end of this journey, 5 tons of bluefin tuna have been transformed into thousands of high-end portions. At retail prices ranging from $20 to over $100 per serving, the math quickly reaches the astonishing $2 million mark. What began as a daring offshore expedition ends as a triumph of global logistics and culinary artistry. Every stakeholder, from the captain who plotted the course to the final chef slicing sashimi, relies on the precise execution of that initial 72-hour mission. 72 hours, 5 tons of oceanic black diamonds, $2 million in value. Behind these numbers lies a drama of human skill and technological mastery. From sonar tracking to lightning-fast bleeding, from sub-zero freezing to global distribution, each step is a battle against time and tide. This is not merely fishing. It is a symphony of science, courage, and craftsmanship, performed on an unforgiving ocean stage. Now, when you see a glistening slice of bluefin on a sushi plate or a premium can of tuna on a gourmet shelf, you'll know the extraordinary journey behind it. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it interesting, please leave a like, share, or a comment, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next upload.